Always clear, with family court judgments usually shrouded in secrecy. But thanks to a Court of Appeal decision today, we can now report on one disturbing case. Our correspondent Sancho Berg has been talking to a mother about her struggle with the courts.
Taking a child away from their home and family into care is the most drastic step any court can take.
I just didn't understand. It made me question the family law system, because what had happened didn't justify putting her up for adoption.
After fighting for years, she now has her daughter home. She's scathing about the family court.
I don't feel like it protects families. It protects bad practice, because they law unto themselves, and nobody is able to challenge them, because it's all done in secrecy.
I need to speak to and you know all the rest, because it's all a cult. It's all a cult to snatch children. Yeah? Trust me.
I don't want to be filmed, okay? So you're going to have to put that away.
I don't know.
You're going to have to put that away, information. No, I can't discuss.
For the record, there is a sign on the door here, right? And it says about no social worker is meant to be coming to this house at all. Because we know that there is corruption in social services, where they steal people's children. Yeah, it's happened to me. My children have been abducted by false allegations, and we know that all social workers is run by common purpose. That's what it's to do with kidnapping illegally, and I've had it up to here with social services.
I understand that. I really understand
people's
that.
Children. And I tell you something: if there's a God up there, and God is going to destroy people, destroy you lot. Trust me. Because that's all you like doing. It's all to do with common purpose and stealing people's children, going to the secret family court when the family court is right. She's not here.
Social services, the so-called law, court order, everybody is corrupt, got the evidence, and they're enforcing the corrupt laws. Here we go. Corruption 1 and
subject. 2. Social services. Chances are, if you've got children, social services have been involved at some point. I'm not saying they have, but chances are they have. I can give you my personal experience around this, because social services were involved. They got involved just before my 3rd child was born. Did I like it? No. Really pissed me off.
And more recently, baby Maisie.
You're so adorable.
Since the girls were born in a different country, they were out of the jurisdiction of social services back in the UK. But she told me that losing her first 5 children was traumatic.
You wouldn't see spider. It's something that would never heal. It's like mourning a death, but without a death.
East Sussex Social Services told us they can't comment on individual cases. However, they did tell us they're very concerned about parents fleeing the country and that it could put both mother and child at even greater risk. Gina now offers her home to other mothers with the same problem, although she does charge rent and other expenses.
Social services in the UK don't take children unless they think there is considerable risk. Are you not putting those children at risk by allowing them, helping them to flee here?
Not at all, because we inform the local authority here. I've worked very closely with the French authorities, including the police.
We were unable to check out Gina's story, so our Atlantic Council, the authority responsible for child protection in the region, didn't wish.
Back and forth through my mind behind a cigarette, and the message coming from my eyes says leave it alone.
I ask you such a stupid question. Yeah, this is you are a mother. I am a mother. So what is your wish to your children? Right. So that's what I want to find out. So you ask you what's your wish to your children? The children should remain with the parents. That's our principle.
The children be unsafe.
Then I'll find out what has happened to them.
Find ways to help them. So I keep you safe, okay?
Don't wanna hear about it. Every single one's got a story to tell. Everyone knows about it. From the Queen of England to the hounds of hell. And if I catch you coming back my way, I'm gonna serve it to you. And that ain't what you wanna hear, but it's what I'll do.
We started our radar penetrating
And the feeling coming from my
This is not a mass grave site. These are unmarked graves.
These are unmarked graves.
Of the 751 hits, the machine has a 10 to 15% error percentage. We cannot affirm that they are all children. In the coming weeks, each of these hits will be assessed by a technical team, and we will get a verified number in the coming weeks.
Very hard for our community, hard for the leadership. It was shocking at every single level. Try to even imagine what other parents, mothers were going through. And
Elizabeth, the body of a woman was found on New Year's Day on the Sandringham estate in eastern England. The estate is a sprawling 20,000 acres.
With parts open to the public. One detective says the body had been there for some time, but he offered no specific details. Police haven't said how old the victim was or how she died. There are,
Yeah, whose body is it? British police talking now with families of missing women in Norfolk and Suffolk counties and other neighboring...
Tonight, for the first time, Prince Andrew speaks out.
I don't know why I've collected that title, because I never have really partied, and I've never really felt the need to go and party.
Am I right in thinking you threw a birthday party for Epstein's girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, at Sandringham?
No, it was a shooting weekend.
A shooting weekend?
Just a straightforward
shooting weekend. Why were you staying with a convicted sex offender?
Right, because this was serious, and I felt that doing it over the telephone was the chicken's way of doing it. I had to go and see him and talk to him. Oh, in 2010, there certainly wasn't a party to celebrate his release in December.
Because it was a small dinner party. There were only 8 or 10 of us, I think, at the dinner. You were staying
at the house of
Yes.
a convicted sex offender.
It was a convenient place to stay, and I admit fully that my judgment was probably coloured by my tendency to be too honourable.
Okay. And your strengths?
But that definitely wasn't you getting a foot massage from a Russian girl in Jeffrey Epstein's house.
No.
no thanks. I don't want to be part of your sex festival.
It might seem a funny way to break off a friendship, a 4-day house party of sorts with a dinner. It's an odd way to break
It's a
up
difficult
friendship.
way of putting it. That's a very stark way of
putting it. Yes, you're absolutely right.